Suffered a lot. And then came industrialization and modern agriculture, which freed most of us from the burdens of manual labor and food production. In advanced industrial societies like ours, most of us are specialists in particular areas of expertise: lawyer, carpenter, pastor, homemaker, computer programmer. Our society of specialists takes care of our basic needs, and therefore we don't need to know how to look after ourselves, how to feed ourselves or our neighbor, how to clothe ourselves or our neighbor. We can pay somebody to do that. We can thankfully get on with, quote, higher pursuits. But perhaps we've been telling each other the wrong story. What is missing, I think, among other things, is our intimacy with God, which is closely linked to our intimacy with the land. Land was a given for the biblical writers. The Bible is not a green book insofar as green names a kind of environmental action plan or a conscientious shopping guide. Land was a given for the biblical writers because they knew that land was an implicit part of their relationship with God. They couldn't be separated. The possibility for shalom on the land, Israel knew, was dependent on their obedience to God. If you will only heed his every commandment that I am commanding you today, we read in Deuteronomy 11, loving the Lord your God and serving him with all your heart and with all your soul, then he will give you the rain for your land in its season, the early rain and the later rain. You will gather in your grain, your wine, your oil. He will give you grass in your fields for your livestock. You will eat your fill. The land is implicit in Jesus' ministry as well. Just as Yahweh scooped up the land to form the first Adam, Yahweh's Son scooped up the land to perform his mighty works, recorded in the Gospels. Jesus' healing flowed from the land into people through the media of soil, water, saliva, bread, fish. His ministry took place not in the airless confines of the temple, but in the open hill country of Galilee, mountaintops, olive gardens, lakes, rivers, the wilderness. It's only we moderns who think of these physical places as quaint backdrops, interchangeable stage settings in the biblical story on which the real action takes place: the preaching and praying, the baptizing and converting. Yet the mystery of the incarnation means that these places